Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today I'm going to show you guys how to jailbreak iOS 6 Beta 3 for the iPhone 4, the iPhone 3GS, and the iPod Touch 4th generation. Unfortunately, this does not work on the iPhone 4S, the iPad 2, or the new 3rd generation iPad. Again, this is iOS 6 Beta 3, so it's basically restricted to developers. However, you can actually get onto iOS 6 Beta 3 if you aren't a developer, but I'm not going to go over that in this video because it's against Apple's terms. So I'm going to show you guys how to jailbreak iOS 6 Beta 3 for the devices I've previously mentioned. Also, just note that this will not install Cydia. This will just give you SSH access. So this is primarily for developers who actually want to get their tweaks and other Cydia applications and packages working on iOS 6 prior to the official release of the firmware. So again, I have my iPod Touch 4th generation here. I'm just going to show you guys that I am indeed on iOS 6 Beta 3 by going to Settings, General, About, and down below here at the bottom for the version, it does say 6.0. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and proceed with this tutorial. What you're going to need to download is Red Snow. I have the latest version of Red Snow right here, the beta version. I have a post down below in the more info with download links to the latest version of Red Snow for both OS X and Windows-based computers. Alright, first things first, you're going to need to plug your device into your computer via a USB cable, and once you've done that, you can open up Red Snow. Also, just note that you will actually have to have your iOS 6 Beta 3 IPSW downloaded, so you can actually point Red Snow to it because it does not automatically detect your IPSW on beta firmwares, and the dev team actually implemented that as an extra security measure to keep non-developers from jailbreaking iOS 6 Beta. Alright, so as you can see over here I have Red Snow opened up, and it's detected that I do have an iPod Touch 4th generation here on 6.0. Again, this is iOS 6 Beta 3. Alright, now what we're going to do once we have our device plugged in and Red Snow open is just go to Extras. And then what you're going to do is click the option that says Select IPSW and then browse for your iOS 6 Beta 3 firmware. And once you've found it and it's identified it, you can just click OK and then go back to the main menu here and then select Jailbreak. And then it will just go through this simple preparing jailbreak data stage. Alright, now what you want to do here, again, is just install SSH. Like I mentioned, we do not have the option to install Cydia in this version of Red Snow yet because we are on a beta firmware. Alright, so now that we're here, we're just going to go ahead and click Next. And now it's actually saying to please make sure that your device is both plugged in and powered off. And then it's saying that next it will actually tell you how to enter DFU mode. However, we're going to enter DFU mode ahead of time. This also gives you multiple opportunities to try it instead of having to go back. I just find it much simpler. So what you're going to do is just hold down the home and power button together for a total of 10 seconds. And once that 10 seconds is up, just go ahead and let go of the power button and continue holding the home button for roughly 15 seconds. And also note that DFU mode is a black screen. It will just automatically bypass if you've done it successfully inside of Red Snow here. Like I said, if it doesn't automatically bypass after that amount of time, you can go ahead and just try again. Right now, as you can see, it's uploading the RAM disk and it's uploading the jailbreak data, and it's actually finished right now, and it's going through the typical jailbreak process. So we can just go ahead and click OK. Also note that this is a tethered jailbreak, so I'll take a second to explain what that means once we are back up here on the iPod Touch. And also, this would actually be a good time to close out of Red Snow because we're going to have to do that anyway. We're going to have to reopen it just to make sure that everything refreshes. So it's okay to close Red Snow once it gets to this stage. If you're more comfortable waiting, then that's also fine. Alright, and it's actually installing the bundles right now, so it should reboot shortly. Okay, now that it's finished, it is just rebooting, and this will just take the standard amount of time it takes to normally reboot your device. Okay, here we go. We are back up. What we're actually going to have to do now is open up Red Snow again because, like I said, this is a tethered jailbreak. So what you're going to have to do once your device reboots is keep it plugged in, open up Red Snow again, and we're just going to select Extras, and then go ahead and click Select IPSW, browse for your iOS 6 Beta 3 IPSW. Once it says it's successfully identified, you can click OK, and then we're just doing the top option, which is Just Boot. Now, once you've done that, it's going to bring you to the same screen it brought us to when we selected jailbreak. It's just saying to make sure that your device is both plugged in and powered off. We're actually going to enter DFU mode ahead of time because that's what it wants us to do. So hold down the home and power button together for a total of 10 seconds. Now, once that 10 seconds is up, you can go ahead and let go of the power button and continue holding the home button for roughly 10 to 15 seconds. Again, like I said, this screen will automatically bypass once you have successfully entered DFU mode. Okay, so we are good right now. And just note, DFU mode is a black screen. All right, there we go. It's actually going to boot up now once it finishes this. And essentially every time you power off your device, you will have to actually plug it into your computer and do what I just did during that last step. You have to actually go into Extras, select your IPSW, and then select the option that's Just Boot, and then it will boot back up into its tethered state. Now, like I said, this is primarily for developers because it does not give you Cydia, which is the graphical user interface to install different third-party packages. It just gives you SSH access for the developers to actually test their Cydia packages ahead of the actual public release of iOS 6. So I hope you guys liked this video. If it helped you jailbreak, please be sure to rate it up. Leave any comments down below in the comment section. Of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be notified every time I release new videos, and I will keep you guys updated with every jailbreak tutorial for every firmware. So just be sure to stay tuned, and until next time, this is ICU signing out.